Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hi there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
The SaVeg Podcast.
Thank you so much for that, Rose.
Yes, hello guys.
Our lovely my lovely
Can you talk, Daniel?
co-host. I can't.
Daniel's a bit tired.
Guys, I think, honestly, Rose and I were talking the other day and we were like, you know what, because we're just both so busy right now, like with just life and so much is going on right now.
God, we sound so annoying.
I know we do.
We're so busy.
We're like those people. No, but literally August has been an exceptionally busy month. And I think a big part of it, it's all fun stuff. Well, not all of it's fun stuff.
For you, not for me.
Okay, some of the stuff is not fun either, okay, Rose?
Because you just came back from a trip.
That's
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. My life is so hard. I just came back from a 4-day trip and I'm just so stressed out about life.
Damn. But basically, I think part of the reason is we've also just booked too many things close to each other and things are getting crazy. We're literally leaving for Montreal in a week.
I'm not ready for this.
I haven't even started Googling things to do.
Daniel, these are not problems. The way that you're saying it, I'm just like, oh my God, you sound so annoying.
I know. Okay, no, I don't.
People are going to be like, these are not real problems.
This is very
Guys,
true.
I mean, my story,
which
of
course
is
Rose
an actual
is.
problem.
Yeah.
I am very understaffed at the cafe.
Yeah.
So I'm working morning and nights. Literally starting from, first of all, I get up earlier so I could work on my cheap, lazy vegan shit.
God damn. Rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get up at around 6:30 in the morning if I can, 6 or 6:30. Work on my cheap, lazy vegan shit. Then start the cafe at 8:30. Then I'm there until 1:30. Come back, and in between my break, I work on my cheap, lazy vegan shit. Go back to the cafe at 4:30.
Oh my God.
Work there until 7, and then usually I have something else to do afterwards.
Work on the cheap, lazy vegan shit.
It has been nonstop. It has been so stressful.
Damn.
And so that's my kind of situation. So my situation is not fun.
No.
But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm training some people. I think it's going to be okay. But it's still going to be a crazy next 2 weeks of me training. Because when you're training somebody, you're fully, I have to be fully there.
No,
and
that makes sense.
this part is it's a blessing. And just, no. It's great, but it's also just stressful. It has been so busy at the cafe.
Yeah.
So it's not even just I'm there and I can just there's some slow times. I can work on my other stuff. It's constant.
I know. It's kind of well, it's not funny, but I was going to say, it is kind of one of those, that Murphy's Law or whatever.
Yes.
It's everything happens when it happens, or not, everything happens all at once.
Yes.
And you're right. Because up until this point, not that the cafe was not busy.
Yeah.
But it's
it was manageable.
As soon as it's
understaffed,
the moment it became understaffed, it's all of a sudden everyone's let's go to SaVeg Cafe.
Yep. And they all to show up at the same fucking time. Everyone just shows up at the same time.
But it's good. I mean, it's good for business.
It's good, but I'm physically dying. So, that's my story.
You'd be a very tired woman.
Yeah. So, God.
There's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on. I don't remember where I was going with that story. We're both a bit tired.
You were saying how your life is so hard because you haven't had a chance to look at what to do in Montreal yet. So that's the story of Daniel's difficult life.
God, you make me sound so, what's it called? So, anyway, I'm just not going to go there, guys. Not going to go there today. But I do have a rant, actually.
I'm excited for what this rant is about.
Oh, God. Okay.
Wait, do we want to do Patreon shout-outs?
Yes.
Are there Patreon shout-outs?
Yes.
Are there new patrons?
I think so.
People, join Patreon, guys. By the way, if you don't know, Patrons are a little community. You get bonus episodes every month. Now you have tons of episodes to listen to that are available.
What else did we do? This month, actually this month.
We did a bonus episode, which was a live episode, which is now available. It's no longer live, but it is available for you to watch in our Patreon. And of course, we do each episode a week earlier than everybody else, so you get it more timely than everybody else. You get it just a couple days after we record.
Yeah.
So if you want more timely episodes, then definitely check us out on Patreon.
And also, if you want a shout out, we're giving a shout out to our one new Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Who is Gada. Am I saying that right? Gada? Gada. Sorry. how would you say it? Gada. Yeah.
It's a D, not an L.
I said gada.
Oh, I thought you said gada.
No.
All right. Thank you so much to Gada for being a new patron. Yeah. And once again, the link is in the description. You can go to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. And I would like to hear Daniel's rant.
Oh, God. You ready for this?
What is it
I've
about?
probably ranted about this before in the podcast, but I just feel like I just want to...
Is it about how your vacation was so difficult?
No, it was not how my vacation was so difficult. Thank you, Rose. Okay.
Or is it about how there's just way too many vegan restaurants to eat at in Montreal that you just cannot decide which one?
Okay, guys, should we even do this podcast today? Like, I think I need to just walk away.
There's a line in Friends. If you guys watch Friends, I'm sure you know this line. Mm-hmm. Chandler's like complaining. No, somebody's complaining. Ross is complaining. I know this part.
Yeah.
Ross is like so devastated because two women are like, he's in a relationship and then he finds out Rachel likes him. So then he's like, oh my God, my life is so hard. What am I going to do? And Chandler's like, oh no, two women love me. What was this line? God, my diamond shoes are too tight and my wallet is too small for my hundreds.
That's amazing, but that's not what I would do today.
So tell me your actual rant. So I do apologize.
It's a little bit of a side rant, but like one of the things that's like a pet peeve of mine, guys. I don't know if this is like a commonplace thing that people do, and I'm sure I brought it up on this podcast before, and it just really irks me when people refer to friends of theirs that are of a certain sexual orientation as their like token gay friend.
Oh God, what happened, Daniel?
I'm not going to go into details about the story.
Oh God.
But like, I just don't.
Was this recent?
Yes.
Like yesterday?
We will discuss off podcast, okay. Rose.
I need to know the tea.
I will spill the tea, guys. Sorry. I'm not going to go into too much details, but basically it just like really frustrates me. Well, it doesn't frustrate me. I just like, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way when somebody introduces somebody as their gay friend. Do you know what I mean?
Was that what happened?
I'm not telling you what happened.
Well, I mean, that's clearly what happened.
I mean, it's just like in general, you know, like I just
so if someone's like, this is my gay friend.
Yes.
Oh God.
Or they'll be like, oh, my gay friend's coming, or like coming to this party, or is it okay if I invite my gay friend?
Oh God.
You know?
Yeah. That's just weird.
It's so cringe. And like, the reason I don't like it is because like, again, like, yes, that's a part of my identity,
but it's like, yeah, no.
I don't think that's something like, is that something we're doing now? Like, would I be like, hey, this is Rose. She's my straight friend.
Do people do that? Do gay people do that at gay parties?
I don't think so. I've never seen it happen.
It's more cringe when straight people do to gay people because it happens more to gay people. Whereas like because it's like, if it happens in a gay party, I feel like it's more like kind of like a fun thing. I don't know. Like it's like different.
It's a joke.
Exactly. It's like a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, maybe we shouldn't do this at all.
Yeah. I just feel like it should be like a non-thing because I'm just like, it doesn't matter unless it's like we're doing it for everyone. But even then it's like some people don't like to have their sexuality labeled or, you know, you might think, you know, surprise, surprise. Like, oh, this is I don't know. I can't think of somebody like John, my straight friend. Oh, actually, no, I'm actually gay. Or like, I'm actually bi. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so awkward and cringe. And plus, like, what does that matter when you meet somebody? Do you know what I mean? Like, I really don't care about your sexual orientation when I'm meeting you at a party.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Unless obviously I'm into you, but but like, you know, like I care more about who that person is and like learning about like, oh, here's my friend Rose, like, you know, and introduce or whatever. But I would never be like, oh, this is my friend Rose. She's a straight woman. She's single. She's Korean.
I would like people to know that part.
But like this is,
I don't mind if you mind if you refer to me as the single straight woman.
This be Rose, she be my single straight woman friend.
It's a way of describing me to my target demographic.
Well, if I'm hanging out with a bunch of straight guys, Rose, I will describe you as such, okay? Next time I'm at a party and there's a bunch of strapping, good-looking straight guys.
Yes, because that happens to you all the time.
Always, you know, and I'll just be like, hey guys, this is my friend Rose. She's straight and single.
Oh, God damn.
I'm ready to mingle.
No, it's cringe because they do it. People do it specifically to gay guys. I feel like this happens to gay guys more often than any other demographic.
That's true.
Because like people usually don't say. I mean, at least prove me. Let me know if I'm wrong. But like, I feel like I haven't heard people being like, "This is my lesbian friend." You know, it's always like gay guys.
Yeah.
It's always like a girl doing that to her like gay guy friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that's the thing. And I feel like part of it is because like there was this weird, I don't know if it's still an ongoing trend, but it was like this weird like hype around the like gay best friend.
Yes.
There was even a movie done about it.
Seriously? Is it called Gay Best Friend?
It's called GBF.
No.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
It was like a weird,
cringe.
and it's a bit cringe. I'm sure that the intention isn't malicious.
That's true.
But at the same time, it is like a little like it is quite cringe.
Like I don't. Yeah, I don't obviously like I don't blame.
Yeah,
like
but
not
it's annoying.
blame.
I get why it's annoying.
I just like I just think it's like. It's not icky, but like if someone was like, hey, hi, like introduces me and they're like, hey, this is Daniel, he's my gay friend. I'm just kind of like,
that's weird. And like, I feel like, I don't know, we're in like 2021. Yeah. Maybe it was acceptable in 2010. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe back then it was like, that was like the new thing, you know? Yeah. But now it's like, come on, we need to stop doing that. That's embarrassing. It's like really ignorant.
Yeah. I feel like a little bit. Like, I don't know. This is just me, guys. Maybe
it's like the girl, the stereotype is like the straight girl that's like, has like one gay guy friend that's like obsessed with the fact that she has a gay guy friend and she thinks that it makes it cool.
It makes her really woke to have this straight, this gay
guys,
friend.
My gay guy friend is coming. He's my gay best friend.
He's fabulous. He loves shopping with me. All of these like stereotypical things. And I'm just like, like fuck.
That's another thing, right? It like feeds into like such a stereotype of like what a gay man is supposed to be.
Exactly. And I feel like they're like, they almost got commodified or like
in a way.
It was like a weird like accessory of having a gay best friend or a gay friend.
Yeah, you're like being used as some kind of it's weird.
Because I've had situations, not recently, but I've had situations in the past where someone's like, oh my God, like someone's like from work or whatever, like, oh my God, they found out I was gay and they're like, oh, we should totally go shopping together and stuff. And I'm like,
oh my God, like we're not friends.
I know. I was like, I don't know you. Like, why would I go shopping with you? Like,
that's weird.
Not to be like mean, but like again, I'm like, and also, why would you pick me to go shopping with you? I have like the worst fashion sense ever.
Yeah,
and
I'm sorry,
like,
Daniel, but you do not meet that gay stereotype.
Exactly. Apparently, I don't. So like,
especially with interior design.
What's wrong with you? You don't mind my dying houseplants and my fucking bent TV stand that you gave me. Thank you very much for that. And my mini ass couch, okay? And my broken lampshade over there. You don't like all this stuff? This ambiance, this bachelor pad, my broken monitor that's sitting up there.
Come on, you guys, if you could only see what I'm looking at right now.
My map that's fallen off the wall.
Your double bed that is the size of a teenage boy's bed.
Oh my God, because I didn't think my place was that bad, and I just started looking around, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell?
He has a broken lamp situation, and to be fair, I did give you this shitty half-broken TV stand, which is collecting about 10 years of dust, FYI. Okay. Dying house plants.
Which Rose also gave me the house plant, but it didn't live.
Daniel, I gave you the one in the back that literal. Oh God, it was thriving before. I'm sad.
And it thrived for a little while.
And then what happened to the one in the front? Because that also looks like it's dying.
No, that one's clinging to bare life. I'm getting better at watering it. I feel like it's coming back.
Oh my gosh.
And that one's doing okay.
Oh God, honestly, guys, seriously, Daniel is.
So again,
I mean, one step up from when I visited you in London. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting there. But guys, I'm like the worst person to do any of this kind of stuff. Like. These stereotypes are not always true. And like, yeah, I just think, if you happen to be my friend and you want to introduce me to a party, just be like, hey, this is my friend Daniel. And they're going to know I'm gay as soon as I open my mouth. So you don't need to introduce that part. Okay. It's very obvious. So yeah, that's my little,
what if we're at a LGBT party? Would you like to be? No, they would know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
So people do not say this, okay?
Yeah. I do sometimes think to my mind, though, I think it would be nice if it was like,
there was a sign.
There was a sign. Like, let's pretend we live in like this fantasy world where there's like a digital thing above our head that like lets people know like, oh, that person's gay or that person's. Ding. Yeah, that would be cool. But I like don't want it to be like.
Would it be cool?
I think kind of, because then I would know at least who I can go like hit on and stuff. And I'm like,
would you though?
I'd be like, oh, that guy's really attractive over there. Oh, and he's gay. He's part of the LGBTQ plus family.
Okay, but back in the day, remember there was like that saying, and I can't remember if you like wore one earring on whatever ear. Was that true or was that a rumor?
Well, I can't remember. Like again, I'm not.
I think we were too young for that.
Yeah, one, we were too young. Also,
you was in the closet.
I was in the closet. 3. Well, I was kind of in the closet. And then 3, also, I was like, I'm very out of touch with like gay literature and stuff.
Gay literature?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's part of gay literature.
I feel like it is. There was like a whole, but there's like a whole movement and stuff and culture.
It was gay. Yes, it was gay culture.
Yeah.
Literature is like,
yes. But anyway, I'm like out of touch with it. So like, I didn't know, but like, I do remember people saying like, if you had your ear pierced on a certain side, like it meant that you swung a certain way. But I think there was more secretive signs because like if
Sure.
everybody knew about this ear piercing,
Of course.
then it becomes less of a secret thing. But I heard there was like, for example, like back in the day, there was like a handkerchief that you would wear or something
Right,
in your
okay.
pocket just to let like other people know. Because like imagine being LGBTQ plus in like the 1940s.
I know, right? Isn't that insane? They have like underground parties where they have to like hide from like society.
Well, do you remember that? Actually, I don't remember if it was you that suggested it to me or I suggested it to you. But that
the lesbian movie?
Yes.
Oh my God, what was it called?
Forbidden Love or something.
Something about love.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
It was fucking
It was
adorable.
that movie on Netflix with these two women.
Secret Love?
Something like this.
Yeah.
It's something about love.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was these two older women
Yeah.
that were in a lesbian relationship for like a very long time.
Yeah.
And everyone thought that they were just like best friends living together
Yeah.
for like a really long time until like recent years when they found out. And it was just so cute and like it was like kind of sad but more like heartwarming,
Yeah.
I think. And then they kind of talked about like being a lesbian
Back in
during
the day.
that era, which is like
Yeah.
insane.
Well, they had to go, like they were saying, you had to go to secret parties.
And they would like kick you out. Like
Yeah.
police would like break up the parties.
Well, and you had to be careful because if people found out about it, again, it wasn't like really simple that you could just like, if people knew that you were having like this kind of party at your house,
Yeah.
like people would freak out.
Yeah,
And
you might lose your job.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
they had to pretend for so long because they both had, I think, decent jobs as well. They lived in
Yeah.
the States. And they had to pretend that they were friends living together.
I know. It's crazy.
For the longest time. And then the cute thing is though, guys, and I'm going to give it a little bit away, but still you should watch it if you ever have
Yeah.
a chance because it's so cute. But in the end, they end up in like an old folks home kind of together or an old folks
Yeah.
living space. And they decide to get married.
So cute.
I know. And I was just like,
And they were the cutest.
oh my God, I like literally died.
I definitely cried watching that.
Oh, I bawled.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think one of the hard things too, and I find this like, it's quite difficult because they filmed this series over like 6 years or something or 5 years.
Right.
And you can see from like the beginning to like the 5 years, like how much they age.
I know, because they were already older, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then when you're old, like I guess like when you're older, like every year
it's huge.
it deteriorates.
They say like once you hit, I think it's like 80.
Oh God, Daniel, that's sad.
It's like your time really starts going by fast.
Oh, it's so sad.
And you like notice it. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's really hard. Like even with my grandparents, like, you know,
Yeah.
if I don't see them, like, cause they were living in the UK, but I guess I was there
Right.
for a while. So I spent a lot of time. But if there was ever like a big period of time where I don't see my grandparents and then I go see them again,
Yeah.
you notice, you know, like we might not change that much.
Yeah. I feel like when you're young, you change very quickly. And then when you're old, you change very quickly,
Yeah.
right?
But in the middle, you
In the
kind of
middle,
like,
you kind of look the same for like however many years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But
you know, some of us are getting older now, but you know, it is what it is. I need to stay out of the sun. That's what needs to happen.
God damn, Daniel.
God.
Anyways,
Yeah,
you done
so
that rant? So
think so.
guys, I know that you might not mean to,
Mm-hmm.
but as my gay friend has spoken, just kidding. My friend has spoken,
Yeah.
who is part of the LGBTQ plus community,
Mm-hmm.
and he does not like when people introduce him.
I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts though? Honestly,
No, I
like,
agree. It's cringe.
Yeah.
I do think it started off from maybe a place of, because before, like we said, the gay acceptance has gone through many phases, and
Yeah.
I think, back in, even just in the 90s, it was still pretty taboo, right? To be out of the closet, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were still in the closet, and still a lot of people are in the closet, but
Yeah,
it's become
even
a lot more mainstream.
Even in the 2000s, I would
Exactly.
say. Like, it's only been in the last kind of
Exactly.
like, I feel like the last 5 to 10 years that it's become a lot more open and you see a lot more celebrities. Like, because think about the 2000s, there's a lot of celebrities that were still in the closet. You know what I
For
mean? Like,
sure.
and I know that there's still more that are even to this day.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more that are living openly.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. And because when things were like, more like in the closet or whatever, maybe it was a good thing to be like, hi, I have a friend that's gay and it's
Yeah.
fine and it's normal.
Yeah.
Maybe that started it like that.
Yeah.
But then now we've realized it's very cringy.
Yes.
So
Very, very cringe.
we need to stop. And I've heard more than like one person say this, and I also cringe when I hear this because I'm like, ugh, like,
Yeah.
are you even friends?
Yeah.
Because to me that seems like you're not really like friends, like you're just more like, this is my gay friend,
Yeah.
It's like, it's just weird.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, don't do it. If you have gay or lesbian friends, don't do it. We are people, not like
An
a
accessory.
slogan or whatever.
Yeah.
And just, if you're going to a party, introduce them. If somebody asks,
Yeah.
then I don't mind. Like if someone was like, hey, Rose, is Daniel gay?
Yeah.
Yes, he's gay. Like I wouldn't care, right? Like that doesn't even matter. But it's like to introduce somebody as that, I just
it's very like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
at a party especially.
Oh God, I know. Guys, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section.
I can't wait to hear the full-on story after this podcast.
Oh yeah, guys, that's.
I can't wait to hear the tea, guys. Oh, sometimes you don't get the tea. Okay,
the full tea. Sometimes we gotta hold back some tea.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it has to be lukewarm sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's a little lukewarm. We're giving a little teaser. You know. So, story time. Not story time.
Update on OnlyFans.
Yes.
I've heard about this. Like, I think I heard it like the day after we recorded our last episode.
Yeah.
And guys, if you are part of our Patreon family, you would have gotten this. It would have been very quick news.
Exactly.
But because you're not part of the Patreon, we're a week late.
Yes.
Daniel, what is
so basically, for those of you that haven't seen the episode yet, I guess OnlyFans, because it had something to do with like their investors, and they were working with like some like investors or whatever, and they basically had decided to drop certain pornographic. There was like a porn ban on certain stuff on OnlyFans. Like some stuff was still allowed, like certain amounts of nudity and whatever else, but like sexually explicit content was like banned. They were like, nope, we're not doing this. And you guys, like, we all know OnlyFans, okay? OnlyFans is essentially Pornhub that you pay for. Okay, let's be honest here, guys. I mean, no, I'm going out on a little stretch because I know that there are probably some creators out there that might have a little bit more of a tasteful OnlyFans.
Are you saying that sexually explicit things are not tasteful, Daniel?
No, that's taken out of context, Rose. Sorry,
that's not taken out of context. That's pretty much straight into the context.
I didn't mean it that way, guys. What I meant is like there's stuff that's less explicit and there's stuff that's more explicit.
There you go, Daniel. Good job.
And I guess they decided the more explicit stuff they're no longer going to be allowing on the platform as of like October 31st or whatever the date was. Very quickly after.
After all the backlash.
Huge amounts of backlash and everyone being like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Blah, 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 blah.
Because like, the thing is, this platform is made for this purpose.
Exactly.
People use it for this purpose. It is known for this purpose. And a lot of people make a lot of money. Some people make a full-time income from this website.
Oh, people are making a shitload.
Shitload.
Remember when
Bad Baby,
she like launched herself on OnlyFans, and I think within I think within like 48 hours or 24 hours, she made like $5 million. So
that would have been gone, bitch.
Exactly. So this is just like giving you an example. Like these people are making, like, not everyone obviously, but the people that are on there.
Yeah.
And because a lot of the people that are on there are already like famous or semi-famous, I feel like a lot of.
I mean, yes, there are, but I think there's also a lot of people that aren't really that famous.
Yeah.
And for those people, it's worse because this is like how they make their income.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at least if you're already famous, you can make your income and you're probably already rich and you're making a lot of income elsewhere. But if you're like, just kind of like an OnlyFans creator.
Yeah.
Sad day for you.
That's
guess
true.
What? No more sad days for you.
No more sad days, guys. The ban has been lifted miraculously. I guess I don't know exactly what happened. I only saw this from this tweet. But they were just like, yep, they've dropped the ban now and we'll continue to allow accessibly explicit content. I mean,
democracy.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Well, and also they have to know, like their executive team has to know.
But, I mean, clearly they were so stupid that they were like, this is a good idea. Let's just get rid of the main purpose of our website.
This is why I feel like sometimes, like, you see, like, and this is like a lot of companies. I don't know what the OnlyFans, like the management team or whatever, but quite often you get like a lot of the same kind of people, and you get, what's that called? Groupthink or something, or like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there's like a term for it where everyone all thinks the same, is from the similar backgrounds, and then this kind of stuff happens where it's like, if you would like literally, I mean, I don't know that much about OnlyFans, but if I was in that boardroom and they were trying to make that decision, I'd be like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Like I would push back, but I feel like sometimes you get this like,
how badly must you not understand your own platform and your own creators to even suggest such a dumb fucking thing?
But you know what? Honestly, you say this, but like look at some of the decisions that big companies have made in the past. You know what I mean? There's a lot of companies that have made stupid decisions or not followed trends or whatever in the business and become, less successful.
But this is like legit being like, it's like if I'm trying to think of an example, but it's like it's so bad. Like,
it would be like if on your channel you're like, okay, I'm no longer going to focus on vegan cooking. I'm going to do interior design. Yes. You know, I'll be like, Rose, I don't think this is the direction that you should be.
I mean, but it's not even as bad because I'm, you know, I could change direction.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, you could change direction, but when you have an entire like community of people creating this, you know, content.
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyways, I guess they reversed the decision and now you can watch all the sexually explicit content that you want on OnlyFans, people. Exactly. So don't worry. Bad Baby's sexual content will still be up there.
Yeah. Do you remember? I remember actually we talked about this a while ago, but there was a nurse that was working on OnlyFans. Do you remember this? And she like...
Did she get fired or something?
Yeah, she like got into a whole kind of backlash about like, you know, OnlyFans and whatever else. And I'm like, well... I don't know why I just thought of it, but I was thinking, you know, the people that are, because we're thinking about the creators, but also the subscribers. Yeah. Like they would be, you know, this is a good day for them as well. They can still.
Yeah, because the thing is, why are these people subscribing to OnlyFans, Daniel?
For an intimate connection.
And how do they get their intimate connection, Daniel?
I don't want to say, Rose. I don't want to go into that level of detail.
But we know.
We know.
I mean, if I'm spending some monies,
exactly,
I better see more than just, you know,
the tip. Oh God, guys, this is turning into an OnlyFans that we did not plan for.
Maybe we should start an OnlyFans and only discuss certain topics.
Oh God damn, Rose, I ain't doing that.
I mean, there's a podcast version of OnlyFans?
Oh, there 100% is.
Really?
There must be. Interesting. I've heard some weird podcasts out there. I'm sure there's some.
Oh, are you a subscriber?
I'm not a subscriber to OnlyFans, Rose. I get my porn for free. Anyway.
Seriously though, guys.
Yeah.
It is out there. I'm just saying.
Exactly. I'm always like, why pay for something when you can get it for free?
Honestly.
But then I am.
Well, I mean, you can't see bad babies.
This is true. This is true.
Privates for free.
That's very true.
That's fucking disturbing.
Some people have to pay for. But I could see the appeal. Starting to pay for more platforms and stuff. Like we're kind of going off on a tangent, but like, you know, like YouTube and all these other ones where it's like there's so many ads nowadays. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well actually I don't mind subscribing to that service because it does make, even though I haven't subscribed to that service yet, but I will. I probably will one day.
What services have you subscribed to, Daniel?
I upgraded to Spotify, so I now have a paid
when did
membership.
You do that, Daniel?
Like 2 weeks ago? No. No, I did it a while ago because I was so sick. I had the free Spotify and it was like, oh.
How long have you had the free Spotify, Daniel?
I don't know, a while. And I couldn't do it anymore.
I don't know how you even did it. The thing is, free Spotify was so bad. Yeah, like it is so bad. Like you can't like skip that many songs.
You could skip like 3 or 4 in like
and there's
a couple
ads
hours.
So often.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so bad. Like they just basically like I don't know anybody that has free Spotify. Like it just doesn't make sense. I did until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, it's been longer than 2 weeks, but I get it. Like I get why people are. So maybe with OnlyFans as well, you know, there's a reason because they want to access those explicit images of those.
I don't think it has anything to do with ad free with OnlyFans. I think OnlyFans is because they want to connect with certain creators.
Oh yeah, that's true because there's probably like live streaming and stuff as well.
Exactly.
All kinds of exciting content.
And people be lonely. People be stuck at home.
Yeah.
So this is the only way of connection.
I bet you. I would be interested to know, but I bet you OnlyFans during the pandemic
has
seen like a massive increase in
that's
revenue.
That's when I heard of it.
Yeah.
Because before, I don't think I heard of OnlyFans until. Yes, I don't think so because it blew up during the pandemic.
I've known about OnlyFans for like a long time. Not because I'm subscribing, guys, but because I remember.
Ain't no shame, Daniel.
What creator do I remember talking about it? But I remember always I'd get like.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd always have people like, you know, you get those YouTube videos where people are like, I subscribe to this person's OnlyFans, so you don't have to.
I feel like I've only seen that recently. I don't know. Maybe I'm in my own fucking bubble. But
I think you might be.
Anyway, guys.
Yeah.
So don't worry, OnlyFans fans.
Yep.
You'll be okay.
You'll be fine, guys. You'll get your porn or your whatever you're watching on there.
What's the next story, Daniels?
I don't know if you saw this.
Whoa, no.
So, and I don't know if this has been like 100% passed down yet, but basically China plans to limit, and I thought this was an interesting topic because it does bring in this idea of limiting video game time, which I think might not, like, I'm not sure necessarily a government should be doing it. But like.
Okay, can you read the title?
Yes. China limits kids to 3 hours of video games per week while cracking down on big tech.
So how are they doing this is my question. Oh, so you need to log in
To, like,
as a user in order to play the game.
Yeah.
So once you log in, you only have a maximum of 3 hours per week.
Per week, it sounds like. Yeah, so they have some kind of like ID system or whatever.
Interesting.
Like, I don't think necessarily that this is the place of the government to be cracking down on this.
I think there's different ways of potentially addressing this without, because there's ways of changing human behavior without being like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you tell people you can't do this, they're going to try to find a way to do it.
Exactly. It's the whole, there's like the analogy of the carrot and the stick, right? Have you heard about this?
What's the analogy of the carrot and the stick?
Have you never heard this analogy?
I don't know if I have.
So like you have like a donkey or something, or like I think this is how guys okay. I could be like saying this completely wrong, but basically the analogy is you have it's basically punishment or reward, right?
Okay,
so with the donkey you have the carrot or you have the stick.
Sure. Yes.
And they're saying like what's more effective, and in some circumstances they're saying the stick's more effective. There's like a huge, honestly, like this is written about
like negative or positive reinforcement.
Exactly. That's exactly it. The whole concept. And there's so much stuff written about it because there's arguments on both sides, like what is actually more effective.
Right.
And like, again, you're right. Like what would be more effective? Like maybe the government offers like some kind of financial incentive to not be playing video games.
I was thinking more like, I don't know, more activity. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking like different things, like, you know, investing in community programs where people can spend time outside of the home, not in front of a computer.
Yeah.
So then they're less likely to play so many video games. That's what I was thinking, rather than like being like, you just can't play video games, because then it's like, well, what are they supposed to do?
Exactly. What else are they supposed to be doing with their time? I do think that there needs to be a push. Like even I mean,
it is bad. It is a problem. I will admit that.
It's becoming like, well, and I think even in my, like, I remember growing up, like I used to play a lot of video games and stuff.
Did you, Daniel?
Yeah.
More than 3 hours a week?
Yes.
I mean, so many people play more than 3 hours a week. Let's be honest.
Especially because like video games as well. Like if you guys haven't played them, I'm sure most people have played it at least once or twice.
Yes.
But they have this like addicting nature to them.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
And like you always want to, like, I remember one of the games that I was obsessed with when I was younger, and actually it was like kind of fun because me and my dad used to play it together.
Yeah.
Well, and it was Tomb Raider, and like we would like help each other like to get through the levels and whatever else. Yeah. And like honestly, I was like obsessed. Yeah. So you could easily lose track of time, and next
was
thing
it
you know,
one where you play on your like TV?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the ones on the computer are like more addictive.
Yeah. Well, I think they are too.
Yeah, and I think those are the ones that probably, like, they need to start cracking down somehow.
Yeah. But I think the video games also, though, because you basically, it's like this weird, I don't know how to describe it. I think maybe now I couldn't, like I don't play video games anymore. So like maybe if I played one now, I would play it for a little bit, but then I would turn it off. But like when I was a kid, like I remember you can get lost in the game, and like the next thing you know, like I'd go to a friend's house and like we would be playing like Mortal Kombat or something. This is like back in the day. Okay. And my parents like, hey, make sure you're home for dinner for 6. And I'm like, Mom, it's like 1. Of course I'm gonna be home for 6. My parents have dinner. Next thing you know, I'm home at 8.
Right.
Lost track of the whole day.
Yeah, it's bad.
Playing video games.
Especially when you're young. It's like you don't have that kind of like, I don't know, like awareness or self-control, I guess. And they do make them addictive. They make them very addictive.
Oh, they are. They're just like,
and it's a huge industry. Like think about this. Like we've talked about it before, where like Twitch streamers and YouTube gamers, they are huge.
They're huge.
Why do you think they're huge? Because people are full on addicted to these video games.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest YouTubers of all got famous from doing video game stuff.
PewDiePie?
Yeah.
I know.
Like literally just like reviewing or playing video games on a fucking screen.
I know, it's bad.
And like people were obsessed. So the fact that he's all like made millions from that shows you that there's billions in the video game industry.
I know, it's actually it's concerning. And in Korea, people have died. Koreans are really bad with the video games. Mm-hmm. In Korea, they have these things called PC rooms. Yeah. Where like they just have like a whole bunch. I mean, they exist in other places too, but they're huge in Korea. Yeah. Where they just have like a line, like rows and rows of computers, and you can just like go in and pay like per hour. And I think it just kind of charges you like as you're as you're on the computer, so you can play, like you can be there like however long as you want. They're 24 hours. They have food there. People sit there for hours upon hours upon hours. Some people have died from playing video games because they won't get up, they don't eat properly, and then they have some kind of issue. Like multiple people have died.
It's almost like, I wonder if there's some science behind this. There probably is, and I'm like, again, thinking just out loud here, guys, but like there must be some science behind it, because I know like gambling, you know, when you see people play the slots and stuff, and it's like another addictive thing where it's like,
for sure,
your brain gets like sucked in. And I remember, like, I've only been to the casino a couple times.
Yeah.
And I remember I like went and I was just like playing on the slots, and I was with my friend, and we had stopped on the way. I think we were going up to Banff or something, and there's like a big casino on the way. And so we were there, and this like woman next to me, she like, I think I told you this story. She like won, and like all these like quarters and stuff started coming out of the machine, and everything was getting crazy. And I was like, oh my God, you've won big. Congratulations. You know, just like being friendly.
Yeah.
And she turns, I was like, you've won big. Awesome. She turns around, she goes, not really. Squirrels away these coins.
Keeps going.
And then moves to another machine.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay. And then another person, as I turned to my friend, I was like, okay, I kind of want to leave. There was another guy, and this is really sad. Like, he'd obviously been sitting on this machine for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just literally just like keels over off the side of the machine.
What do you mean?
Like falls over. And then the staff came over.
Was he drunk?
I don't know if he was a little bit drunk or he'd just been sitting there for so long. He did have a drink with him that he had on the side, but
yeah, something about casinos creep me the fuck out.
They're really, honestly,
they're just dark and dingy. Unless you're in Vegas. Even in Vegas, I'm like, I don't think I like this.
Because the weird thing is too about casinos, guys. Like, I know we're going off on another tangent, but like the weird thing about casinos as well, and I don't know, maybe it's just the ones I've been to, there's never any windows.
I don't think they're meant to be.
Which is
I'm
creepy.
pretty sure that is specifically designed that way. Okay.
Well, this is.
I mean, I didn't notice that, but like, it doesn't surprise me.
Because like, if you think about it, like any place that doesn't have windows, it's like kind of like
it's creepy.
It is creepy.
Mm-hmm. But they don't want you to look at the outside world. They want you to be sucked into the.
Well, that's part of the addicting nature of it, right? And you hear these like horror stories about people that get sucked into gambling and lose everything. And I feel like maybe not quite to the same level, but like the video games can get pretty intense.
Because I mean, it's the same. Like it's again not the same, but like it's like a dopamine thing as well, right? Yeah. So like when you win, I don't know. Like,
but there's a whole like sub-stream or sub-culture of video game where like there's people, like especially the online video games. I heard that there's like people, and I think it's maybe World of Warcraft or another one. I'm not up to speed with any of them. But there's some people that play the game and like collect items and then sell them to other people for money.
Oh, okay.
And they actually exchange like coins in the game.
You do
and they
spend
make
money
a living
in the video games, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
and make a living.
Yeah. Like some people are just like doing some random shit. And people do.
There's like video game tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like full on tournaments.
Like,
it's like
huge.
It's like an actual like sport.
Yeah.
It's esports, right?
It is. Yeah. I mean, which, I guess like.
I mean, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I think for a lot of people, it can be very harmful.
And destructive.
Especially because it's not like, I don't know. I feel like maybe we're coming at it from a very judgmental angle. I don't know. But I'm trying to think of like, I'm sure there's some benefits to it if you play them in moderation.
I think this is the thing. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a video game. It's just like what I think is like not great, which I think anyone would like, any logical person would I feel like come to the same conclusion. There's nothing inherently wrong with a video game. What is wrong is sitting on a chair, not doing anything except for playing a video game for like 12 hours straight. Yes. Like our bodies aren't meant to be sedentary.
Exactly. Sedentary.
Yeah. So like, not doing any physical exercise. Like think about how much better you feel when you go for a nice walk or you go for a run or whatever. If you're literally sat doing nothing, well, not doing nothing, but like playing a video game all day, like I just don't think it's good for your health.
Yeah.
Like it.
But do we only pick on video games? There's probably people sitting around watching TV for 12 hours.
That's the same thing. Anybody that's like sitting around. I've had those days before. I have had a lazy day. Yeah. Like one time me and my friends got together. This was like a while ago. And we decided we wanted to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy all at once.
Oh my God. Why would you torture yourself?
Because I love the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, ew.
And that was like 9 hours of sitting and watching films.
That sounds like fucking torture. But anyway.
Which, whatever. It is what it is. But and then the next...
once in a while, it's fine.
Exactly. Then the next day I go for a hike.
Yeah.
But if you're like doing this all the time, it's just like...
Yeah.
Just not... I'm not saying you have to be a marathon runner, but it's just not healthy for you.
Yeah. The problem is that with video games, it is... People are laying down... Or not laying down. They're sitting down and they're playing because they're so sucked into this thing.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some benefit to it, but not after a certain amount of like time, right?
Yeah.
Like... And it's just physically.
I feel like that's with anything though. Like, I mean, that cliche term, everything in moderation.
Yeah.
I feel like in most things in life, it's like that. Because even fitness, like if somebody's going to the gym 24/7,
of course,
that's actually going to do more harm to your body than good.
Of course, yeah.
And it's the same for somebody that's like sitting and playing a video game. If you're doing it for 12 hours in the day and that's become your life, like that's also doing more harm than good.
Yeah. And the problem is, I guess, so many people are doing like excessive video gaming, right? It's definitely a big problem.
It's because it's like also, it's like that weird, you know, I just gotta get to, I'll just wait till I get to the next level. Yeah. Once I get to the next level, I'm going to save and I'm going to turn it off. Oh, shoot. I'm doing so well. I'm going to get to the next level and the next level.
I know.
And then like 10 hours is gone.
I know. And it's also, I guess another negative part is that you're kind of just like in your room alone.
It's antisocial a little bit.
Antisocial.
But I guess some people have the headsets and they talk to their friends.
But it's not the same, right?
I know.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not the same. Like there's no substitute for actual socialization.
This is true.
So that again, like in moderation, it's okay. 3 hours a week, I think that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
I don't know
either.
Do we want to force it on children? Probably not.
No.
But how do we, that's the thing. I'm more for having strategies that are just going to naturally deter people from playing the video games rather than just forcibly making them stop.
Because people don't respond well to that anyway.
Exactly.
Because they're going to be like, well, you're taking away my rights.
Or making it like more expensive. I don't know. Like what are some ways of naturally deterring people? I have no idea.
I don't know either. You know? But
more community programs, more after school programs, getting people to do more sports somehow. I don't know. Like other things
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know what the answer is. But god damn,
I'm so sorry, Rose.
Oh, you okay?
That is okay.
I mean, there are some ways you could tax video games. Think about like cigarettes in Canada.
Yeah.
Not many people smoke anymore because they're so expensive now.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
It naturally deters, especially young people, right?
Yeah.
So the people that were already smoking and they were already addicted will continue to smoke a lot of times.
Yeah.
But if cigarettes are like, I don't know, $20, $30 a pack.
Yeah.
Kids are not going to buy that. Well, now they're vaping. But anyway.
I know. I was going to say that's another thing. They've gone to vaping now.
And how much is a vape?
I have no idea.
I wonder how many kids vape.
A lot.
I think so.
Because I remember in the States there was a huge controversy about this particular Juul because it looks like a USB.
Yeah, and it looks kind of like modern and cool.
And exactly, and all the kids were getting it, and they were like interviewing kids, and the kids were like,
I think I saw the same documentary as they did. Yeah.
And they were like interviewing them, and they were like, I didn't know it was going to be this addicting. Like I'm now like spending my allowance, everything I can to get like refills on my e-cigarettes, and I was like, oh god.
And that's the thing. I feel like just tiny little like how do I say. Details, small details that you think would not be important, such as how they design the thing.
Yeah.
These things can make a huge impact on customer behavior.
Exactly. Well,
and they marketed it to like people.
This is why they're on their backlash though. They market they're
to young kids.
Exactly. They said that they didn't inherently market to young kids, but in the way that they like did some of their marketing strategy. Yes, exactly. Because they always lean on that. Well, I didn't explicitly say.
It's like McDonald's being like, we weren't marketing to kids. Oh, except for they had a Happy Meal. They're like, yeah, but we weren't directly marketing to kids. You have a fucking Happy Meal.
Exactly.
Pretty sure they use that kind of
with toys. They get little toys. If that's not if you don't offer if you're offering kids free toys and you're telling me that comes with a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that's not marketing to kids, you can seriously kiss my ass. If that's not marketing to kids, I'm not a gay man. All right, and we all know that those are both true.
Oh,
God damn.
But yeah, the vaping thing is definitely an issue as well.
It is. It's it's like a. And it's funny because I remember when I went to high school, we had like an area. I don't know if your high school had this. The area that was like the smoke pit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and we'd always have like the kids smoking out there.
In that documentary where they were interviewing like the kids that were addicted to vapes, they would ask like, have you ever had a cigarette? And they're like, ew, no.
Yeah.
So they, that's their new like thing, and they think cigarettes are gross.
Yeah.
But now they moved on to vaping.
Oh God.
But I do want to know how many people vape versus how many people used to smoke, like teenagers that used to smoke. But now more. Yeah.
I definitely feel like in North America, especially
it's
smoking.
Vaping.
Well, vaping has increased for sure.
Yeah.
But smoking has like, I would say declined. Like
100. That's what I'm saying.
The amount of people that I know in my life that smoke is like way less than people.
It's gotten just like, and also they stopped smoking in bars, which a long time ago, obviously.
Thank God.
And the vape, but the problem with the vapes now is that they don't smell bad.
I know.
So it's actually potentially more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you could just kind of like smoke the vape. I don't know, vape. What are the terms? You can just vape.
You could vape it.
you can vape. Just vape.
Yeah.
Pretty much anywhere, and people just kind of like because it doesn't smell bad.
Yeah.
You don't have like the deterrent of like someone else being like, ew, that's gross, like don't smoke near me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also it's just like you don't even have to like, it's not like you don't have to light it up.
Exactly.
So you can smoke
super
it
easy.
anywhere.
Exactly. You just go And
yeah.
And it's like, I think the nicotine's more concentrated in them as well.
I think so.
Because they make it like, and it's just, yeah.
And we don't know the long-term effects at this point, but they do say it's not good for you.
No. I mean, I guess it wouldn't like it.
But we don't know do we know the kind of health differences between vaping and smoking?
Well, I think there's certain things that are like, I think it's still not great for you, but I think
it's better than smoking.
Yeah, because I think it filters out a lot of it doesn't filter out, but it has a lot less harsher of the chemicals that are in cigarettes.
But then maybe because you might end up you might end up vaping more than you'll smoke, because vaping is more accessible, then it might just not even counteract the, you know what I mean?
Potentially.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
God damn, Daniel. God, wow. Us humans are just self-destructing.
Oh my God. It's bad. It's really bad. We are like,
and we're just, killing our brain cells every weekend. So we have nothing to say.
We can't, we don't have a leg to stand on.
Exactly.
This is the truth of the matter.
So gaming, what do we think? Do you think it's going to work? 3 hours?
People are going to find a way around it.
I think so.
It's like in China they have the whole or they did for a while,
one child policy.
They had that, but and people found a way around it, or they would try to. Mm-hmm. And then they also had they banned a lot of like social media sites and stuff.
Yeah, like Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, but and like even I think WhatsApp, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But I remember my friends that live in China, there's a way around it. They like VPN'd, or they could do whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, can't you just VPN this shit?
I know, to like get around some of these things. So people will find a way. Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a fucking way, and someone will find it.
Exactly.
So I think you're right. I think it's if it's like more of like positive reinforcement, having more community programs, getting people more involved.
Yeah.
Like we even need that here. Like I feel like for kids here, like having more stuff to like.
I think so.
To do.
Yeah, I just feel like changing some things sometimes just result in the outcome that you want. Yeah. Even though you might not have expected it. Mm. I don't know. Like, yeah, just, I don't know. Like, for example, this is kind of a weird example, but like I remember watching, I was watching something where they were kind of testing out the effects of like a healthy diet versus like a junky diet, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess this is like a result that like I think a lot of people probably didn't expect, because obviously we know like when you eat junk food, it's not good for your physical body, like whatever. But I guess in this like juvenile facility, like a jail for young like juvenile delinquents.
Yes. Yeah. Good job, Rose. Yeah.
Goddamn. I guess in this facility they had a lot of like violent, kind of like really just bad kids. I don't want to say bad kids, but like bad behaving children. Yeah. Teenagers, and they were being fed like a bunch of like shitty food. Okay. And then they changed the caterer or whoever was doing the food.
I think I heard about this.
I think maybe I told you about this.
I think you probably did. Yeah.
So they changed the food to like healthier food for like however many weeks. The behavior changed completely. Yeah. And kids became less violent, and it just became just like kids started behaving better. Yeah. And then they switched it back to the junk food, and it started getting bad again.
Yeah. Which makes sense, only because like that did surprise me when you first told me that. I was like, because I didn't expect that part of it, but it makes sense because I remember the whole concept of what you eat and how it impacts your mood and everything else. I feel like it didn't really hit me until I watched that documentary Super Size Me back in the day when it first came out. And I remember the guy that I can't remember his name, but he started the documentary. And
Morgan?
I
maybe.
Think so. And all the doctors are like, yeah, you'll be fine. Like, don't worry at the very beginning. Right. And he's like, yep, cool. And like throughout that documentary, one of the things that really hit me really hard was the emotional turmoil that he went through. Especially towards the end, he was going through, like, he was describing these insane mood swings. Yeah. Where like he was like craving the food so bad, like the McDonald's food. Then he'd have a binge, eat a shitload of it, feel happy during his eating, like getting that chemical like release or whatever. And then the second he was done, he would feel like he'd want to throw up. He'd feel sick. He'd feel right back to that depression again. Yeah. So it like fucked with his mood. And so inherently it makes sense that in like in a prison or any place, any kind of facility, juvenile delinquents, juvenile facility or whatever, if kids are having more mood swings as a result of what their diet is, then it does make sense that they would be more aggressive. So actually that's really interesting.
Exactly.
Like that
so
it's
those are ways of like, because they could just be like, behave, right? They could just be like, can you just fucking behave?
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, lock them up, separate them. You could do all those things, but what's a different way of doing it without you having to, actually force it on them? Exactly. So what is a way of getting kids to not play so many video games? I don't know.
Well, we need to find the magic bullet, Rose.
God damn, Daniel. We need to be running the world.
We do.
I think if we run the world, it would be a crazy place, but it'd be a better place. I think we should become world leaders.
I'm running
I have ideas.
2024.
I want to be on the board of the world leader decision making.
I would vote for you, Rose.
Would you?
Yeah. So
you might be the only one.
You'll get one vote. So our last story for this evening is a very interesting one.
Is it about an anti-vax person dying of COVID?
Yes.
Oh God, I've heard a lot of stories about this.
Oh my God,
there's been a lot of people.
Well, this is the thing, guys. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Let's just talk about this story first.
Okay, tell me.
There's so many like interlinked people, so I'm gonna read you like some of the stuff from this.
It's just insane.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So, here we go. The title of the article, by the way, guys, is another conservative vaccine radio talk show host succumbs to COVID. This is the third person
in a month. Yeah, and these are, the third person that's a public figure, I'm assuming, right? Because there's other people that are,
exactly. There's other anti-vaxxers that's happening to, but this is the third, like, public influential person that succumbs to COVID. Oh, God. So I guess the guy that this happened to, and you guys, this is obviously really sad. Like, we don't wish this upon anyone, but at the same time, it's like, these are people that were spreading this message, being like, don't get vaccinated. This is stupid. Exactly. I'm never going to get vaccinated. And then, it just emphasizes how important this actually is.
I know, it's crazy.
You're playing with life and death here, people.
And not only that, you're not just ruining your life. You are ruining everyone else's by continuously not allowing herd immunity to reach because people are not getting fucking vaccinated. And then that mutates the virus more, which creates more deadly viruses, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, continue.
So basically, conservative Florida radio host was dead set against taking the coronavirus vaccine. He's now dead. His name was Mark Bernier.
Okay.
And anyway, apparently he was dubbed Mr. Anti-Vaxx or something.
Oh my God.
And he was only 65 years old.
How do these people have so much confidence? That's another thing. I would kind of understand if people just like quietly was like, I kind of don't want to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit scary. I understand that position a lot more.
Yeah.
But like, how are you this confident in spreading this kind of message?
I don't know. I don't know. And again, I guess, if I was like scared again of the vaccine and I didn't want to take it, whatever, I have my own reasons, then whatever, it is what it is. But it's like spreading this message to loads of people being like, you shouldn't take this.
Yes.
This is stupid. Yet we're seeing people that aren't taking it getting super sick and having these situations happen to them. Like,
oh God.
So his death was the third this month among conservative talk show hosts that have outspoken against the coronavirus.
Wait a second. It's not even public figures. It's specifically conservative talk show hosts that have died.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So the other person was Phil Valentine. I guess another conservative.
I've heard of him, yeah.
I don't know, there's so many conservative talk show hosts out there.
I guess there's a lot. And a lot of them are anti-vax.
Yeah. But get this. Interestingly enough, so him and another gentleman, they were like really like anti-vax or whatever. But both of them, as soon as they got COVID, flipped. And both of them were like, obviously not Mr. Anti-Vax, but the other two, Dick Farrell and what was the other guy's name? Phil Valentine. I guess after they both got coronavirus, they had called the entire coronavirus crisis a scamdemic.
Oh,
they had coined this term. Both of them urged friends and followers to get the vaccine as the disease closed in on them and said they regretted not doing it themselves.
Okay, can I just fucking go on a rant of my own,
yes,
please? Is there something in conservative blood that has no empathy? Because are you not able, like, this is always the case. Like, when it comes to these type of fucking people, as soon as they themselves are affected by something, until that happens, they cannot somehow empathize unless they are in that specific situation. How is this possible? Are you all sociopaths? I do not stand.
I know. Well, and let's just like, it's not all conservatives.
Of course, it's not all conservatives, but it happens a lot more in the conservative world.
It does, yeah.
Let's be fucking honest. Well, it's like people, for example, rich people that will never understand what it's like to be poor, and they complain about how poor until they become poor. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, so this is what it's like to be poor. Yeah. Now I empathize with poor people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like same with like, I've heard of stories where like conservative politicians are like super anti-gay until their kid comes out as gay, and all of a sudden, actually, I'm not so anti-gay anymore.
Yeah. I do think in some I think in some situations, just to give people benefit of the doubt, not benefit of the doubt, isolated example, but like I'm just going back to that one, like, you know, like a conservative person or like really super conservative, those against the gay movement or whatever. Yeah. One of their kids comes out and maybe it's like a learning experience and they like grew and learned from that. And they kind of took that and were like, hey, I was against it before, but now I've learned and grown. I get, yes. Yeah. In that circumstance, sure. Because I've changed my opinion on things sometimes. Of course. You can change your opinion. I do think that there is, I think just naturally, the conservative position versus the liberal position, just by the nature of those two positions. Yeah. The liberal position is a more empathetic position, right? Yeah. Because if you think about it, like the conservative position is like, don't tax me. And individuals, like it's individualism, whereas the left wing position is a lot more it's more community focused. Yeah, which makes sense. So just naturally, it's a more empathetic position. No, that makes sense. And I think in these examples, like again, these are all like it's hard maybe more extreme examples. Exactly. I don't know. Yeah, but I do think you're right in this example. For example, where they're talking about this being a scandemic, you know, placing this, you know, pretty strong opinions on their platforms or their radio shows. It is a bit like, you know, you're seeing people die around you. Yeah, you're right. Like you're seeing lots of people die around you. You're seeing the government urge people. Urging them to get this vaccine to say, hey, we can save lives. We're seeing stats of people that are going to the hospital. Like even in our province, not just even in our province, but our province is an example. I think it's like 96% of the people in the intensive care unit. Yeah. Something ridiculous. Like basically everybody in an intensive care unit right now in Alberta is unvaccinated individuals. Yep. It's like, okay, well, the writing's on the wall. You know, when you have so much evidence in front of you. It's a scamdemic, Daniel. Yeah, but you're right. And for these particular individuals. Until I get it, it's not real. Exactly. So I can see that in this example. It's like they haven't really learned anything new about this. It's just because they've gotten it themselves. And now all of a sudden they've changed their tune and are like, oh, actually, COVID is real. I've got it. Get vaccinated. Why should we listen to you now? Like, what the fuck? Like, exactly. People. It is just really, really frustrating. And like, I just... How many more stories do we need to hear about this before people... Oh, God, it's just... There's no hope for humanity. I know. There are countries that people really want to get the vaccine and they can't. Yeah. And then we in North America are doing this bullshit. I know. It's not just the States. It's in Canada too. It's fucking embarrassing. Yeah. It's everywhere though, to be honest. It's every single country, and it's, you know, it is. But apparently something similar happened when it was the smallpox vaccine and stuff like that. Yeah. There were protests, similar, people being like anti-vax. Yeah. But I don't know what happened. But basically the government was like, fuck you, doesn't matter. You have to get this fucking vaccine. Yeah. And smallpox is pretty much gone. Yeah, thanks to vaccinations. Yeah. It's interesting because again, I try to like understand, you know, like there's all these like theories and everything else out there, and I try to just, you know, understand some of them, but I just can't. I can't understand that. Why would you go to the same medical facility when you get sick from COVID? Why would you go to the hospital where they are probably pro-vax and will probably want to give you will probably have vaccinations on hand? Yeah. Why would you go and get medical treatment from the same facility that you think is doing a scamdemic vaccine? Yeah. Or if you are, for example, stay home, bitch. Yeah. Like, seriously. Or if you're one of the party that believes, you know, this is a big government conspiracy, they're trying to control you. Yes. Again, why would you go to that facility then? Yes. That would be administering vaccines, that would be doing some kind of treatment. Are you skeptical that just the vaccines are what's, you know, has exactly. It's very specifically this one vaccine. Yeah. Or are you scared that maybe in the medical treatment while you're asleep, they're going to put a microchip in you? Like, I actually can't. And the thing that gets me with the whole, you know, that whole microchip theory, guys, and sorry, we're again off on a wild tangent, but it's like, what's so interesting about your life? And like also like we all have cell phones. Like we are literally being tracked. We are tracked. It's like if you get murdered, they know how to track you. Exactly. They like know like a lot of stuff that we're doing nowadays. Everything's on the internet. Everything's tracked. Like, you know, you can't get away from it. And they're saying, oh, well, I don't want this like microchip in me for the government to like, you know, be listening to my every word. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they're on Facebook just typing away. Exactly. And like, you put a massive personal post on Facebook. And what's so interesting about your life anyway? No offense, but like, you know, I think about, okay, well, like if the government was like watching me right now, literally, like I come home, I eat dinner.
I know.
I go to bed, I watch some TV.
What are you, a spy? Why are you so concerned?
Exactly. I'm like, what's, really, if someone honestly, if someone set up a little camera in my house, which would creep me out if someone did that, but let's just say they did, like, my life isn't that interesting.
I know, right?
Like, I'm actually like kind of boring. So like, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand where all of this comes from. I don't understand.
Yeah. These are obviously, this is like a really sad story to kind of leave you guys with.
It is sad. Ways, they have families and, like.
The saddest part about it all, though, is that it's preventable and it didn't need to happen. Right. So I think that's the challenge here.
Just imagine. I'm just trying to get into their head.
Yeah.
Just imagine you went on and on for months about how it's a scamdemic and that it's a fake virus and that you are anti-vax and it's a government conspiracy, and then you get fucking COVID.
Yep.
All of a sudden you're getting all the symptoms. You're starting to think, oh shit, am I sick? Yeah. It can't be the fucking
it's not COVID, it's not real.
And then all of a sudden you go to the hospital, they test you and it's COVID. What is going on through your head?
Yeah.
And then you're in your deathbed, you're barely able to breathe.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck is going on in your head at that moment?
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck my life. I should have got the fucking vaccine.
I know. Like, at that moment, I would be like, okay, like,
I'm fucked.
I know. I was so stupid.
Oh, seriously. It was just dangling right in front of you.
Especially, like, the thing is, too, like, we're so privileged. Like, the vaccine was free.
It's free.
I didn't have to
even
pay for anything.
Even in the States, the thing is, even in the States where there is profit Medicare, whatever it's called, for-profit Medicare, or that's not for-profit.
Pharmaceuticals? No.
Yes, you know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of.
Health industry, for-profit health industry.
There you go.
Even in the States, they are offering it for free. I'm pretty sure. It's not, they don't have to pay. Yeah. So you are rejecting your one thing that's free in your healthcare system.
It's just sad. Like, guys, again,
I know.
Not great story. I think
it's insane.
One of the good things that I think could come from this story, though, and seeing more of these stories as we're naturally going to see them,
will it convince some people?
It will start to convince more and more people.
I hope so. I do hope so.
Because obviously, like, these two gentlemen that, turned their tune after they got COVID, reached out to their followers and stuff. Maybe some of their followers also woke up. Do you know what I mean? They're like, God, actually, these guys got COVID and now this shit's real. You know what I mean? That's maybe the wake up call that they need.
True.
And seeing this other guy, Mr. Anti-Vaxx, who was very vocal.
Oh, God.
They even, I guess they asked him, they were speaking with him earlier about like different vaccines, and he was just saying he would never get the vaccine. He's not taking it. This Mr. Anti-Vaxx.
Well, you don't have a chance now, buddy.
I know. And it's and I'm hoping again for his followers and for his listeners that they're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Maybe I should just get it.
Yeah, maybe I should just get this vaccine and not.
Maybe I should look at the actual facts and see how many people have gotten the vaccine and they are okay.
Yeah.
Versus how many people are still dying because they're not getting the vaccine.
I know. It's not like I've grown like a third limb or like a.
What boggles my mind?
What boggles your mind?
I feel like I've mentioned this before, but it's the fact that the same people that are anti-vax are usually the same people that are also anti-mask.
Yes.
Guys, at least pick one or the other, because the two together is how you fucking die.
I know, but you know what though, Rose? The thing is, anti-vax, anti-mask, the reason they go so hand in hand is because a lot of those people, like, they also just don't believe that this COVID is a
They think
thing.
it's a scamdemic.
Yes. So if you think it's a scamdemic, you're not going to believe in any of it, right? Like, you're not going to believe in sanitizing your hands. You're not going to believe in wearing a mask. You're not going to believe in the vaccine.
Guys, once again, this is a global pandemic. If it was just happening in the States, maybe you have some merit. Okay.
Yeah. You'd be like, this
is happening in pretty much every fucking country out there.
Yeah.
Okay. You really think that our world leaders are capable of coming together and coming up with this? Come on.
I know. They can't even make a decision for anything.
Exactly.
Together.
So can we stop? Like, it is definitely happening all over the fucking world. It is not a fucking scamdemic.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And on that positive note, we will be ending today's episode.
Get your vaccine, people.
Yeah.
Seriously. Do not risk your fucking life.
Oh, we're going to get some hate for this.
Oh,
Rose.
my God. Honestly. But seriously, like, just get your fucking vaccine.
We're going to get some haterade for this.
Get your fucking vaccine.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you're not already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, or if you're watching us on YouTube. If you are listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, don't forget to hit that follow button. Give us a rating if you haven't already. And also follow us on Instagram at the SaVeg Podcast. And anything else I'm leaving out?
And subscribe to our Patreon. It is patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.